Hello everyone and welcome back to Railroader. This is part 2 of what is looking to be a 3-part finale. Right now we are watching one of our passenger trains, second one of the day. We are just getting out of Ela. Pretty soon we'll be coming around the corner, crossing that bridge and heading on to Bryson. And if we look at the clock, our other train will be departing Andrews soon. Now this all sounds great, but if we look at our map here, we still got train up at Walker, 2 trains near Almond, a train switching at Hewitt, spare engine in Nantahala, and our pulpwood train. So we have a lot of stuff that needs to get done. Let's get into that, shall we? Start, I think we can get our pulpwood train down to Rodo in time. Once we, tie in all the air and... brakes? Those are important? Not too far. Maybe? No? Here we go. Alright, you get rolling. Let's grab our coal drag. And I think you can get up to Alarka Junction. And then get up into the mine before things get too hairy. And then 55, we need to actually stop and pick up some cars. And you just have the usual switching, but that's still going to be a lot of switching. Make sure we get the right cars, and there goes the second passenger train. I think for now we can... Let's kick these forward a little bit more. 10 is just going to have to sit for a bit. Up on the branch. So now let's get the outbound cars. Hope they fit. Make sure our switches are defaulting the right way. And we're going to be bouncing back and forth between 55 and 46 for a bit. So our goal for this session, we're going to get all the morning trains taken care of. We're going to get the passenger trains to their destination. And then I think on either on Sunday or on Wednesday, we'll do one more stream to tie things up. And I might just make it an extra long stream and we'll cover both sets of passenger trains. So these are the empty cars from the signals. So we're just going to grab those and throw them on our train and keep on going. I think I might have it take a water stop while we're here just because. And once these 2 trains are more or less taken care of, we'll head up the Walker branch and take a look at what 10's doing. I think with 10, all we have to do is swap out these loaded log cars, put in the empties, and then we can come back down the mountain. we do have all these cars that need to go out to, well, some stay here in Bryson, actually. But the rest need to go to Whittier. So it is going to be still very busy. Am I actually going to be able to take water? Without having to do a whole lot of repositioning? This train got long. Oh, perfect! Alright, well you can sit for a bit and take water. That'll give me time to get this train sorted. And then 11 also has some stuff to do in Bryson. Imagine that. The Bryson switcher has work in Bryson. I guess we can start working on this for the moment. So how about you just grab all the cars for the moment? Because it is downhill once you start going this way, but I think this engine's powerful enough. So we'll just grab all of them, or we'll put all of them here, shove these empties in, and take the loads down the hill. And then what were you up to? Okay, that's right. So you need to put these back. And then if we look at the cars that just came in, where are they going? Oh look, there's our passenger train. Hardwood and hardwood. Perfect. So now we'll grab these cars. Yeah, Hewitt's going to look pretty different in the next update. Oh, 11 might not be able to... Well, 11 can probably get in, but I think we're going to have to wait to make it get out. What with the passenger train? And you are now waiting. Alright, you're just gonna have to wait for a bit. Oh yeah, and we still have this switcher to deal with too. Eh. Oh boy. Alright, let's tie this on. Can we get those cars? I don't know if we'll be able to fit those cars here. I have to shove this up a little more. 55, I think, is now good to go, though. Alright, 55 is good to go, so 55 we're going to route into here. And then we'll just have to make sure 46 gets clear, which shouldn't be an issue. We are about 8 miles away, and the switching shouldn't take that much longer. Once again, I think we're definitely hitting the limit of what one person can reasonably do in this game. Yeah, you need to shove that up a little more. So we are going to foul the main line, unfortunately. That hurts a little bit. So now get these cars back. And 10 needs to go down to Bryson. We'll route you in on this track. And then we can start putting things back together. And 11's got its cars back, but 11 needs to hold on now. This is going to get interesting, especially since our helper, which is 71, is going to need to help several trains up the hill. Because 46 is going to need help, 55 is going to need help. When it gets back, 34 is going to need help, and most likely our passenger train is going to need help. So we will be making multiple runs for coal and water with this engine. And of course, there's always the possibility that some of these trains need to be helped up the hill in more than one piece. Our afternoon might consist of getting trains up the hill. Yeah, maybe next game I won't try and send everything through Andrews, but it certainly makes for fun this game. Although, once again, I seem to recall the devs said that they intend to add a map or an interchange at Almond. Well, they said an interchange of sorts. So what that could be remains to be seen. Alright, but for now, Nantahala, go. Actually, Nantahala Water Tower. If I can get you spotted right. And then we got to get this guy in the back and this guy on the front. And now that 12 is about to be clear, are you gonna get far enough ahead? Yeah. Oh, those Boonton coaches look so good though, don't they? Alright, back to the game. I don't think we can get you all the way there in one shot. So we're going to bring you into here. And then we'll be able to get the seed and grain cars sorted. I guess for now, though, we can at least get you set to here, and then you'll be able to go. Oh, we can't do that. Never mind. 12, your waypoint is now there. And 40 is just going to be waiting for a bit longer. And 11 can now come work on this part. Which will get a bit easier when 10 gets down the hill, actually. And speaking of down the hill, we got yet another engine that's ready for work. 105 needs to bring logs down. We've got the sawmill running full bore. Man, it's a good thing Connolly is right here. Can you imagine if we had to take everything through Walker? All the logs out of Walker? I mean, upper and lower, but still. Sounds like pain. Just while we're at it, let's take a look at our helper. Make sure, yeah, our helper is ready to go. And of course, we do have a ton of other outbound cars pretty soon. We're probably going to end up with 2 engines switching all of this, to be honest. How's that set? You know what? I think it might actually be easier for 40 to switch this from the top this time. Usually I switch it from the bottom, but I think it'll be easier to go the other way. So we'll go the other way. You've got time. Let's get on the other end. Oh, and we still have to figure out what to do with these dang signal cars. Because they're going to be blocking the main track. See? That might be a wait until after the next set of passenger trains, and then we'll be moving them back and forth. Or we'll just have the passenger train come in on the other track. That might be the way to do it, actually. We'll default the switches that way. But we'll still make 40 wait until after the the freights come out, or yeah, after the pulpwood has come in. So we got 46 about to stop for water. We got 34 shoving all that up to the mines. Then we got to switch that. And then we got to pull all these, bring them down to Alarka Junction, and Y the train. I think you got enough coal for the hill, but we're going to give you water. Up, too far. Oh wow, at that level it's kind of pixely. Alright, so 11... needs to start by pulling off the caboose. We're just going to stick the caboose up here for a second. Stop at a red board. Why do you have a red board? Oh, right, because it's Wesser. Let's get the logs down to the mill now. And then we can sit and hold at Whittier for a bit. And you've parked this one car. I honestly don't know if it's better to have that at the back of the train or the front. But it is where it is. So now we can shove the rest of these 24 hoppers Sheesh. And that is a lot. That is a lot of hoppers. Yeah, and then you're just going to wait until the train 10's done. I'm to think that I think 46 is actually going to have to wait in Nantahala for a bit because the other passenger train is coming down soon. And these two engines are not going to be able to get up to Topton in time. They won't even get to Graham County in time. We can cut you off, put the other engine, or shove the boxcar in, and then, yeah. We'll still want 71 on the front end of the train, just so that it can cut off easily. Once they hit Topton, we don't need power going down the hill. You are now clear, so you need to run around and get on the front end of these. Then it's grab these, grab that, and bada bing, bada boom, head to... I guess head to Ela. We got cars at Ela. And then we still got to switch that out. I think the thing to do there is just shove it to here and then let it roll into the back of these somewhere. You need to... So you need to come up to here. And then I think we'll just kick this car. I don't think we even need to kick it, it'll just roll. I might need a little bit of a kick. Oh, oops. Forgot the switch reset. Oops. That's okay. Alright, well, let's get this figured out first. We're going to be bouncing back and forth between a lot of trains pretty soon. .402. No, 402 is the other one. Why do you have a switch line against you? Oh, because you came in the siding. And speaking of the train that did that, I think what we actually want you to do first, I want you to actually take these cars, put them with that. Or possibly no, we'll do it the other way around. And that way we can just keep everything together. And you, meanwhile, can come up here and start working on this. Wait a little longer. I think we can actually just get all of them at once, though. You need to shove back a little bit more, actually, so we can fit 71. Okay, 105 is done. So let's hop this train up here. I'll make sure all our switches are aligned properly. It's always an issue here, especially when I'm not paying attention. Now what we need to do is grab you, and you need to, well, A do that, and B do that, and now it is 71's train, once it's ready. But it's not going to be ready for a bit. And while we're at it, be like Jesus, folks, Jesus saves. Okay, so we'll put those together, and then we can get these moved in. I literally just want you to cut that off, put that back there. And then we just roll that into there. And then 34 will be ready. I do wish there was a way to tell how fast these cars were going. Hang on, I just saw stop Alarka West. Why did you go that way? You weren't supposed to go that way. But you did stop at the station. That is what is important in the end. Okay, so that gets rid of the main obstacle there. 34 should now have plenty of time to make its Y move at Alarka. Keyword being should. Now I gotta tie all these brakes in again. Yes, it is literally easier for me to do this than it is to go fiddle with the angle cocks. And look, now we got that too. So if I shove you into that... Yeah, that'll be loaded pretty soon. These are about, I think, 70-ton cars? 77. Still pretty soon. And then we'll just do it all in one big move. Speaking of angle cocks, let's close that one. Apparently I applied one. I misjudged how many cars were on this track. Could have sworn it was only 4. Alright, so now we put that there. And 12 can... Let's grab that. I don't know about that many? Maybe that many? Let's start shoving these in. And if it does it right, it'll still be unloading from that one first, and then we can just grab all of these as one cut and shove them on the outbound train. Alright, 18 cars down to Alarka Junction. And we'll see how this works out. So now we grab onto these cars. Still gonna take a while. And at Nanta, we are about to send another train up the hill. So let's get ready for that. And we've got another train about to come in right behind it, so... '71, please be able to make the hill. You'll clear the platform. So, to Topton we go. And you need to get the rest of the pulpwood in. And you need to grab all these and then grab your caboose. 55's got a red. It should turn to a restricting pretty soon, though. This is gonna suck if I have to break the first train. Yep, there you go. Divergent approach. So, knock on prayer, or knock on wood and prayer to whoever that this train gets up the hill. I know it doesn't look very heavy, but it is red marble. Passenger count-wise, we're pretty full. Not perfectly full, but pretty full. How about our other train? How's our Streamliner Express doing? Yeah? Also pretty full. It's good. Morning trains were a little slack. And you can definitely tell my frame rate is starting to suffer. Streaming probably isn't helping. Oh wait, we don't want those cars. Hold on, we don't want these two cars. You gotta put those back now. And yep, okay, it's gonna unload that one next. Okay, that's good. 34 is just coming into the siding. And 71 is still slogging up the hill. That is good, it means it's moving. So the question is, how much of the train can it get into here? So then all the other cars are gonna come onto the front of the train, and I guess our empty boxcar just kind of gets squished in the middle. In real life, you would try to avoid that. But we got a caboose, so we're using the caboose. So we dump those two cars off, and then we come get his caboose. And then 11 can come up here and wait for him to clear it and grab those cars. And of course we've got our first engine on display. And 12 is ready. 12 we're just going to have wait and then start grabbing cars on the bottom end. I think that'll help simplify movements later. Alright, to Ela you go. And 11's ready, and 12's ready, and 34. Let's silence the other two for a moment. Actually, what we need you to do is come up to here. And then grab these and throw them on. So I guess the empty boxcars now ended up at the front of the train. Which is probably the last place you would want it in real life. I guess there's one more thing we can do while we're waiting. This guy got bumped out of passenger service. He was our Andrews Bryson direct freight once we decided to split. He's going to be doing the other trip this afternoon, so let's water up. These tenders definitely seem a little small, but they work, so we do them. And with 10 out of the way, 11 can go do its thing. I do think our train back's going to be pretty light. Usually, the train back would grab all the stuff at Alarka Junction, but now we've got a dedicated train for that. So, yeah, this train's going to be pretty light now. I'm gonna have to think about how we switch this in the future now that we're giving this a caboose. Because obviously it's best to switch it the way we were, but then the caboose kind of gets in the way up at the mine. So this is, okay, so G and then R. And I think R has an outbound car. Yeah. And Standard Oil hasn't needed cars in a while. It's almost got one ready to go out. And then how far can you get? I think 71 is still climbing. Climbing the good climb. Not quite peak. It's still the good climb. How's 10 doing? 10's at track speed. That's good. I was a little worried, but I guess it's mostly empties. And 105's train is already half unloaded again. We do have another car at Whittier, so we'll have at least 2 Whittier cars going out. And how are you doing on water? You need to fill at the almond plug. You might be able to make it to Nanta, but we're going to try and fill at almond. A note to myself. It's 1,280 tons. Don't remember how much the engine weighs. 55's train. 55's train already weighs that, so even with the extra tractive effort, I think we'll be splitting its train. But I guess we'll find out. Because for now, we'll at least get 12 in position on the other cars. I don't think we'll be doing an afternoon run. Yeah, we still have plenty of pulpwood. Even after all that. On the other hand, Whittier does not have a full pond yet. And, oh yeah, that's right, we got 1 car in the back that is still... that is loaded and ready to go. Of course it's the one in the back. Bunch of cars over here ready to go. This one's not even half empty. You know, it feels like these things unload fast until you want them to unload fast. I guess likewise over here. Well, I think... oh, wow. Well, I guess you had to slow down at Alarka Junction. So let's go look at 11, because 11 is ready for attention. You need to shove further in. And then 10 will be ready. Actually, one thing we should probably do with 105, while I'm thinking of it, full in water. There is not much space for either on this engine, so it's good to keep them full. Oh, wow. That's what we got on the morning interchange. So we already have 4 cars ready to go out. We might double team with the 10 to get those over there. There we go. Alright, so now 10. 10 just needs to get one car. And hey! Okay, good. The first freight has made it to the top of the mountain. So now what I need you to do. $71 needs to come back down here. Oh, and of course our passenger trains are also where they need to be. $71, you're not where you need to be. Wait, no. Yeah, yeah. There we go. That flat car is almost ready to go too. I'm tempted to wait for it. We might wait for it. Just wait a little bit and see what happens. And 46 can now continue down the hill. Don't crash. I would much prefer it if you did not crash. I've only had the train crash once coming down the hill, and it only had one car, which I think is probably why it crashed. This is another one of those times where I wish I could skip time, but once you start running timetables, skipping time is no bueno. I guess coming back, we can also try and pick it up. So, yeah, we'll just leave that for now. It won't be a big deal picking it up when we only have 3 cars versus when we have, like, a gazillion like this morning. Okay, you're good. You're doing good. Everything is under control. And to make getting these cars out easier, I'm gonna run you just up to here. Yeah, and looks like we got another Stenzel car ready to go out. I think 11 is also going to sit and wait. No, no. If Standard Oil finishes by the time 50's train is ready, or 401's train is ready, we can do it then. Yeah, balancing on the table is also not really important in this game, but I like to try and do it. Now 401 will be in perfect condition once it gets out. And I went too far. They put so much track on that line and you never use it. So our afternoon train is going to have at least 4 cars on it now. I don't think I'm going to buy anything else to scrap. There's really not much point. Oh yeah, also at some point in there, we crossed our 100,000 mark. Yay! So officially we have cleared all the map goals, but we'll play through the whole day. In 2 streams, or in 3 streams. And yeah, we'll get... Oh, no. 71's gonna need to help the passenger train up the hill. Oh boy. I just realized that. I don't think our streamliner can actually get up the hill by itself. It's a heavy train. You know what? I think while 40 is waiting for those cars to finish, we're going to go ahead and make things harder on ourselves by dropping these cars off where they need to go. And then we'll just start getting the rest of this ready. And I guess we can actually just grab these from the back if we want to, once that one's ready. Somehow those are all on spot. And there's one more signal car too. It's coming out off the Whittier end. Okay, 34 is at its waypoint. How long are you going to be waiting? Not too long. Passenger train is at Almond. Just arrived. So I think 10 is going to be our next subject. Feels a little sinister when I say it that way. Our next subject. Hopefully these things unload fast. You know what, we're just going to call that there. And now we start collecting everything else. Yeah, so that car goes there, those go back, we grab those, stuff them on those, and I guess that's interchange 1. And then we can sort these in the afternoon in case we get more cars. I gotta keep an eye out for the announcement that one of our trains is in Nantahala. Are all these for the sawmill? Sawmill. Yep, they're all for the sawmill. Okay. We can take them, I think, in 2 cuts, because those 2 go to a different track. And then we just gotta coal and water and turn our engine. Passenger train is at a render distance. Not for much longer, but it is. What's our passenger count like here? 82. That's over a full coach on that train. At the rate things are going, 34, which is probably now able to advance. Yeah. Oh, no. Not yet. Pretty soon. 34 might have to help 55 up the hill. There's our passenger train. So now I'll come back down there. So we need to watch for this thing's hopped-in arrival as well, because then we'll need to cut off the helper. Water should not be an issue. And we could absolutely fill more cars on this train. Hope we got a lot of people for Nantahala. What time do we leave again? 23? Yeah. So we got plenty of time here. Still bugs me that these stripes are different colors. It's the same person who made the mods, it should be the same color, right? And if I waypoint this now, I think it'll stop. It won't try and go beyond, in spite of the schedule. Alright, that's good. So now let's go back to 10. What? No. That's not what I told you to do. Alright, well, 34. Now you should be clear. Right? Yeah. Estimate there. So in the interim between the end of these Rail Order episodes and the start of the next one, I've got an idea for a game we can try playing. It's one that Kerbo reviewed recently called Lazy Train Game. Right now it's just in demo, but the demo might be worth a look. And then I think Infinite Rails is due for an update as well. And if it adds a lot of good stuff, then maybe we do an Infinite Rails stream. Here comes 46. 46, you can't go that way anymore. Can't park that, mate. Gotta go around. Well, that could get really interesting then. Once the passenger trains show up. Okay, now do this properly. We disconnect there, and then we grab these cars. Ken's having a bit of trouble being a Klingon today, huh? Let's go find 34. Oh yeah, look at 34's train. 34 is going up in 2 pieces. Just missed. Now you can actually start grabbing things. So you've got 2 cars. And I don't think they actually both fit here. Yeah, they're gonna have to wait to get loaded until these ones are done. That's okay. They'll at least be in position. Log supply. Okay, we're catching up now. Yeah, Passenger Train is now having no trouble making the hill, which is good. Put some air in this train. These hoppers next. Okay, that car's steadily emptying out. That car might just wait till the next train. I'm not sure if I'm really going to feel like dealing with it for interchange. How are the signal cars doing? Slowly making their way. And that hopper, slowly making its way. I don't know why I've saved 3 times in about as many minutes. Alright, now we grab these cars. "46 has finally reached the end of the line. Yay! 46 can go coal and water. Any handbrakes on here? No. Getting pretty close to being done, though. With this part of the switching, anyway. You are flying up that grade, and that's a little scary. We do need to pull the caboose forward to clear the main line. We'll come up to about here for that. And I guess we'll have 105 grab the caboose, and we'll just have that as a buffer? Not that we really need one. Can you make it down there with all those cars? I had not considered that, but I guess when I test it, we'll find out. I'm hearing sounds. One moment. Oh, thought I heard a door knocking, but I guess not. So, what do we got here? Okay, so that car... These are the outbounds? Those are the outbounds. And you're topping off. And 34 is probably ready to go now. Guess we'll find out in a second. But it looks like it because the water column is up. So you can get to, I guess, the edge of Nantahala. And where's 71 at? Alright, so... ...402... Switch again? Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay. Switches did not reset, and 402 is in trouble. Think we'll still be fine, though. And let's get you watered up. And now, what I need to do, actually... Next interchange. You might recall from the last video, we were told that we'd filled up the interchange and there would need to be a second one. I've simply bumped that second one to the afternoon to make things easier. And you are still loading. And you are still loading. And 71 is going to be waiting a little bit longer. When do you leave again? 39. It takes that long for the passenger trains to normally get up the mountain when they don't have a helper. I do know the other train can make it up unassisted. So we have that going for us. And Sawmill is now full. And yeah, you have to wait to get down the mountain. Guess we can bring you up a little further. Oh wow, we couldn't even fill up the train going the other way. Unfortunately, those passengers will probably not be there this afternoon. Just stop a little longer to make sure we get all the Alarka passengers off. So how many people do we have going the other way? 68. Well, no, minus, yeah, 6, well, no, 68. We almost need to run a separate passenger train just for the major stations. So, like Whittier, Bryson, Nanta. That is almost deserving of its own passenger train. Oh, no, no, we still have people getting off. You are just going to be late. There is a little penalty for being late, but I don't think it's a huge one. Now you're good. Alright, now where? Okay, so... we need to pull these cars away. We'll run you into here for a second. And then once everything's hooked up, we can shove these into the interchange yard. Alright, other passenger train is departing Topland, so we'll be able to get our helper going again. Yep, alright. So, down to Nanta with you. I don't think 55 is going to be back to Andrews in time to be our afternoon train, so we might have to have 46 do it. And 46 can do it. And then, what we're waiting on for you again? I guess we decided just to wait and let things finish loading and then take it all at once. Yeah, I think that's what we were waiting on there. But you're going down, 71's going, 55 is waiting, 34 is on its way, but it's going to need to do that. And, oh look, a car ready to go to... Oh, that one's going to Whittier's, so we don't have to worry about that one this time. You know what? Let's get 10 to go turn itself around. Then it can go grab the cars out of Stenzel. So I'm kind of glad we didn't grab this one this morning, because now we can just grab both of them. And 105's just gonna kind of hang out, I guess. I'm not gonna do an afternoon interchange for Whittier this time. I think my neighbors are building something. Where's 10 going? Oh no, I told... Never mind. So we double check. We got 11. Alright, everyone else is kind of in a holding pattern right now. We'll run you... We'll at least get you parked up. And are you... Okay, you're now ready. So, what we can do... is... Oh. Shove these onto the back, so there will be a fairly lengthy train going back, but it'll be largely empties. And I think we will go ahead and just stick this car out there. And then we'll have 12 grab, we'll have 12 grab these ones too. They should be ready shortly. We do kind of have them split up weird now. That's okay. It is a Bryson's problem pretty quick. Just to make sure. Yep, you are now lined properly. One passenger train is almost to Roto. And okay, those log cars are ready too, so afternoon train will be able to grab those. Okay, 12. 12's gonna be ready first. Yeah, so that'll all be ready. They always slow down hard for this curve. Curve, I think, is sharper than the game admits. Yeah, 28 degree into a 0. Sheesh. So 1, 2, 3, and then the one in Bryson at the moment, it makes 4. Our mountain's going to be pretty light. Can't remember if it's a light mountain or if it's supposed to be a heavy mountain. I guess it's just the mountain. And hey, you are now where you need to be. I think we'll have 71 and 55 try to make it up the hill in one go. But I don't think they'll make it, in which case we'll break off a little bit of 55's train. And then we'll have, we'll just take the front part of 34's train too. Alright. Give it a go. Gotta go to the top then. Honestly, I'm starting to think I shouldn't have been getting signals. They're starting to prove kind of troublesome, actually. If I had a lot of people, it would be worthwhile. But just me, I'm not sure. I don't think we'll be getting signals in the next playthrough. Not that there's a lot of other milestones we could get, just fueling stands in the Alarka branch. Okay, so passenger train entering Bryson. Passenger train departing Roto. And all of those cars are now ready. So we'll have 12 stab those on the back. And then 40 can go make its move. Actually, I think to make things a little faster... It's a little risky, but let's get 40's train 100% together. And then just come out on the main line. This could end in tears, but we will assume it will not. And hope that the old saying about assume does not apply to us. Coal and water, and 71. By Jove, I think they're going to make it. That's good. We want them to make it. Okay, you know what? I take back what I said. 40. You're just gonna go straight into the yard. But we'll still have 12 grab the other cars, but 12's gonna grab them independent. .400's progress is a little more rapid than I expected. Sorry, that's sneeze. Keep in mind, those signal cars are really going to bottleneck this whole thing. And of course, when we turn 400's train around, we also have to get the observation car flipped around. And that's going to take some time. Oh, and we should probably get that coal hopper bumped over as well. Should probably buy another one. Let's do that. We've got money. We are swimming in money. Did that go to Whittier? It's not Whittier. Well, that's okay. We can deal with it at Whittier. It's just going to have to go the whole length of the railroad. Admittedly, it's not like I'm gonna get back to this save, but that's okay. I'm gonna pretend like I do, because maybe I change my mind later. Is 400 in sight? Yeah, 400. I think you can make it in. I believe. That's the other thing I can do. Have you grab that car. Oh, no, you were right. And yeah, you're gonna have to wait now until the passenger train has been successfully turned and serviced. So there will be no room. That's okay. You've got water. Let's get you coal. And then I guess we also need to move you out of the way. Because we need to service the passenger train as well. Hey, look, those all fit. Good. 40 needs to go there. If there's space, and there might be, we'll let 46 sneak out. And 34 I guess can advance into the siding. But it definitely needs the helper. I know I said that about the other train, but I'm a little more confident 34 is going to... Well, the other train needed the helper too. Just glad it didn't have to get broken into pieces. Okay, yeah. 46 can sneak out. Maybe what we do is we have 40 grab the observation car off the back once we're ready and turn that while the engine turns itself. Yeah. I think that'll be the way to do it. So, yeah, actually, 40, you need to come up to here now. Oh, that's what you're waiting on. Just make sure I didn't screw up waypoints elsewhere. Nope, you're good. Yeah, so you just come into here, and I guess we can service these cars that came all this way and might need to touch it before they leave. Look at all them passengers. I think 46 will just wait down there for a bit. Okay. You're almost there. Just a little bit further. We're still unloading. Well, there's not much else to do until the passenger train finishes. Which isn't a bad thing. It's nice to be able to stop and take a breather. Guess 105 can extract itself. Oh, good. We made up time at Ela. Maintenance way out to make things interesting, too. I wonder if having one of your critical tracks blocked is going to become more common. Hope they give us more tracks to store maintenance away stuff on. That's probably what those 2 tracks in Bryson are mostly going to be useful for. And there were so many passengers for Andrews, we are technically late. Alright, just gotta hit that little water hatch. Good, good. Might need a helper going up the hill, actually. That would be annoying, but it wouldn't surprise me. But I don't think we'll need a big helper. Have you made it yet? You've made it. That's good. Alright, 71. Back down the hill with you. No, I told you to go back down the hill. Told you to go back down the hill. How about I tell you that you can use speed to do it? Still filling with water. That's another thing to consider, is we can't let this block the main track through Andrews unless either we pull these cars, which we might want to do anyway, or we stash this until 55 shows up. And I think we will probably settle for stash until 55 shows up. Or, no, probably we'll move the cars right beforehand. Let's also line you up for the next train. You can have 12 do that. For now, we'll just tell you to stop short of here. And that'll give us a chance to figure things out. And the other passenger train has arrived. Excellent, excellent. What? No, no, no. Go that way. Oh, it's a corridor tender. You can walk through it. That's weird. Guess that explains why this looks like it's offset to one side. I didn't realize that was a thing in the US. Maybe it's not, and they invented it just for this game. Yeah, we'll just pull these cars out, I think, when 55 shows up. $55 cars. Might not show in the stream, but I think they will make the interchange at 1. At 34's cars, no way. 34's cars will be the first ones in the next interchange. We should probably check 71's fuel and water, actually. I think 71's going to need water, so we'll have 71 go take water real quick. Alright, now the first is second to last, and the last is, or second to last is first. Something like that. I guess if you're only counting coach class, the first is last and the last is first? Maybe we need a mod. There's probably one that loops this around so you get a big turning loop. That'd be kind of cool. So you just come up and grab these and we'll shuffle them out of the way. And once you've done that, 400 can come back and get coal. We'll just leave the main track open. The signals guys can do their thing overnight when the other car shows up. And where's the other car, you might ask? Well, if I recall, somewhere on this train. Oh, that's not... Wasn't it Shifto? There it is, yeah. Andrew Signal Station, look at that. So it is somewhere near Roto. Oh, and I think the other passenger train is probably ready. Did we get people for that? That's a lot. That is a lot. So now it's your turn to get turned. Definitely need water. And the next passenger train isn't for a couple hours. Put a bigger gap in the afternoon. Let's get you cold up. You really don't need much coal, though. And probably once 55 shows up, we'll move this out of the way. Which will be a bit. Okay, 402 next. It's gonna be a while before those chip cars get spotted. Okay, so 71's gonna go take water. And I think once 55 gets in and we're able to spot 400, we will call stream. Because by then, this train should also be refueled. And at the depot. And then we'll be all set up for what might just be a double-length stream on Sunday. Yeah. Can never spot right over there. You, of course, are filled. That's good. I think we're going to have 46 duck into the Y as well, just to get it out of the way. And I guess while we're at it, let's have 12 go thread the needle real quick. So then 12 can get itself cold and watered for the afternoon. We might be needing all of our engines. Bad spot. There we go. Well, I will say this part is going better than I expected. I was worried we were going to have, like, be spending the entire afternoon shoveling trains up and down that dang hill. $55 is almost in. We're going to tell it to come to here. Which ought to be enough. Is 402 ready? Nope, 402 is still taking on water. But we can flip you to 6. Which reminds me, we can also do the thing I always forget to do, and it's caused a few issues. Just get our passenger cars set up. Let's do that on the other end as well. Seriously, that I always forget to do this, and it's resulted in several mostly empty passenger trains. Actually, no, 55. We'll do this a little differently. 55 can come to here. And then we'll just have 400 come up to here. And that way we can unblock things. You'll see. For reasons known only to me, I kind of want 400 on this track when it leaves. And I'm not too worried about the fact that it'll interfere with the signal business. Because again, it's probably not going to be much of an issue after this stream. But seriously, we're getting more track in the next update. Could you add a special track just for these? Or even just tell them to park here? Shaking my head. Actually, no. What I want you to do is I'm going to want you to shove these in. There's 55. And now you're done. Okay. Look at all them cars. Oh, that's right. Auto engineer. I'll probably have to move it manually when I'm ready to have it on this track. Alright, let's move 40 out of the way. Then we'll get 12 shoved down to where 12 ought to go. I think it's just going to be right there. No, no. Come on, 12. I told you to go there. 40 needs to go... No. At this point, 40 just needs to get somewhere. I'm not too concerned about where. What a way to run a railroad. I am hot missing it right now. Think I can fit it all on this track? We'll find out. Oh, I think this is actually going to work a lot better having it... Well, maybe. Maybe not better, but it'll work. Because we can pluck that last signal car on the top. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have 12 do that. I don't know if it's going to fit there. Wait, why are you set up as a passenger train still? Ha! Yeah. Alright, so let's get 55 in, and then we'll be about done for this part of this stream. We can set you to road now, because you won't leave until it's time. Oh, hey, look, that car doesn't go here either. That might be a later problem. It's not like we have a shortage of pulpwood, so 55 can deal with that later. That can be a start of next episode problem. Come all the way in. Okay, that'll be fine. It's okay if these two cars don't fit, because 12 will grab them. Oh, Well, that's going to be a minor issue, though. You have to be able to get out. That should do it. Alright, so come grab that. Full interchange coming in, should be full going out too. You're kidding me. Okay then, we got a car that wasn't supposed to be there. Where? How did you get there? How? How? I think I know how, actually. Dang it. Okay, you know, after interchange, that car will still be there. We'll just set a handbrake on it. And it'll magically still have that handbrake in the afternoon. Or it'll be rolled down at the bottom of interchange. On the upside, 55 can now lead our afternoon train. We do have to tell it to come over here first, though. We'll just take care of that now. While the car is on the correct side for it. You are turned and serviced. You're ready to go. Yeah, pluck that on there, and then I guess you dive and get coal and water. And then we'll deal with 55. Oh, you won't be able to squeeze past for coal and water, I don't think. You can try. If nothing else, you can run around that way. Yeah, you're not... I don't think you'll squeeze past there. So... But you do need coal and water, so just come. Come whichever way. You know, I keep forgetting that atom clear is a thing. And it might just phase through. Like that. Okay, well for now, you can go plop your cars back there and get signals a little more done. You can go get coal and water. If I can spot you, right? And yeah, everyone else is kind of where they need to be. But I guess 71 needs to get on its train and go help. But, you know, besides that... You can go do that now, I guess. Coal isn't going to be an issue. Now we'll just leave this here like this because we're going to need to pull those cars in a bit anyway. Just trust me. And 55 is making its run. And yeah, so next stream, if I do it Sunday, we'll do double length and just do the whole day. If I don't do it Sunday and I do it Wednesday, we'll just do the next set of passenger runs, but it should cover just about everything anyway. I don't think there'll be that much to do. But either way, I think the next stream will probably be the last stream on the Andrews and Eastern, unless I do a special. So stay tuned for that. And until next time, have a good time, have a good week. Take care.